Bird Box is a 2018 post-apocalyptic horror film distributed by Netflix and based on the novel of the same name by John Malerman. It stars Sandra Bullock and Trevante Rhodes, among others. Despite its popularity, it scored very average on review sites. But does it deserve more? Let's find out. I will also say that I wish Sarah Paulson's role was a little bigger. Although I feel that the part with her in the car was meant to be kind of a twist. Anyway, the plot of Bird Box tells the story of a woman named Mallory Hayes, played by Sandra Bullock, who is trying to navigate her way through a world where people are mysteriously taking their own lives. Now, what seems to be triggering all of this is a mysterious force that causes you to fatally harm yourself. So because of this, they must wear these blindfolds when they go anywhere. This is a pretty neat premise. Usually when it comes to these type of scenarios, it's usually zombies, man-made disasters, or some kind of plague. Okay, this was, you don't explore a little in the happening, but it's handled a little better here. And here it's a little, I feel it's a little more scarier as well. However, this is a pretty unique turn, and just the idea that just your sight, one of your 5 basic senses, is used against you, and you cannot use your sight without the risk of getting hurt. Damn, almost makes you wish you were blind yourself. Because the entity could come at any time, and you could see it, and it would just be curtains for you. Also, one of the scariest aspects of this entity is that it's never shown exactly what it looks like. You get some disturbing images drawn by those who have seen it, but whatever it is, it's so horrible that it literally causes people to go mad. Another thing that made the story surprisingly so investing was characters. The story spends so much time giving life and backstories and emotion to a lot of these characters that it does become sad when they ultimately are killed off. Doesn't help that the entity will entice you to look at it by pretending to be those you love. But because of all this, it only made me want to see Mallory survive even more. I give premise a B+. While some may argue that there were some dumb character decisions in this film, I didn't really see that much as opposed to other films, not naming any names, A Quiet Place. Granted, there was one really weak moment, but the surprisingly eerie aspects of this film just overshadow it. Next is acting, and I honestly have to say, I really wish Sandra Bullock would star in more horror films. She has this unique ability where she can demonstrate both fear and determination at the same time, which made her character very likable and made me want to see her survive because of how determined she was to keeping the 2 kids with her safe. Also, there's one moment with her character that almost brought me to tears simply because of how raw and emotional it truly got. I also want to give kudos to the rest of the cast. They truly brought an aspect to all of their characters that felt very real. I give acting an A. Finally, directing. The biggest thing this film has going for it is, like I said, is the eeriness of the post-apocalyptic landscape, of the desolate post-apocalyptic landscape, as well as the somberness of the whole situation. It also got very depressing because if the world ends, it's not just you who it affects everyone, including those you love. And Suzanne Bier, hopefully I'm saying that name right, knew this, which made her killing off characters we grew to love give this film such an authentic feel. Also, while the story does jump between 2 different times, it doesn't get in the way at all and still manages to feel very refreshing in terms of execution. I give directing a B+. Surprisingly eerie take that Suzanne had here. Overall, Bird Box is a very engaging watch that will have you at the edge of your seat. It serves as a very intense thriller, while also serving as a surprisingly ominous horror story. Granted, the ending does admittedly feel kind of random in some areas. The story told is still a very fascinating one that was very intriguing to see unfold. I give Bird Box a B+. B is for Bird. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and sub for more content.